Waipahu High School, home of the Marauders, where students bleed blue and gold in their most cherished tradition ever, Arthur Awards. It's one of the biggest and most anticipated events where students show off their intense pride for their class mascot in this annual cheer competition. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, the school spirit at Waipahu High dissipated throughout the 2-year hiatus. Now that it's finally back in its 56th year, curiosity arises towards this new generation of students to see if they can bring back the school spirit to compete in the Arthur Awards. Arthur Awards has been a long-time tradition and has been the backbone of school spirit at Waipahu High. Each of the 4 classes are gathered on the biggest quad on campus, aka iQuad, with their strikingly colorful designs, from shirts to spirit items to shields to banners, and students show off their fierce choreography with their 3 to 4 minute class cheer, competing with each other to see who's the best class that will bag the Arthur Award.
So I wasn't introduced to it till last quarter of 8th grade. We heard about it, but I thought it was some type of like a national thing. I'd never looked into it, and then they told me like, oh, I'm gonna do a lot of work for this Arthur Awards thing. So I searched it up and I was like, what are you guys talking about? And I was really scared because I heard it was a really traditional big deal here.
Now, who is Arthur? Well, nobody. It all started in 1963 at a Waipahu High School football game, where a group of juniors decided to cheer their hearts out because there was no school spirit at all. Then it became a friendly competition with the seniors, and then the sophomores, and then the freshmen on who can cheer the loudest. They all had fun and wanted to do it again in their next game, and called this competition Arthur, after the Academy Award, Oscar. Little did they know, this little competition that they made turned out to be a major tradition at Waipahu. Eventually, the students decided to take a step further and give themselves their own unique name, a name they will carry on throughout high school and beyond graduation.
Class of 1994, Indestructible Writers.
Class of 1995, Dynamic Dragons.
Class of 1996, Almighty Griffin.
Vicious
Wild
Vipers,
Raiders.
Raging Renegades,
Noble Crown,
Rising
Resilient
Phoenix,
Soldiers,
Luminous
Prestigious
Wool,
Titans,
Majestic
Ambitious
Hydra,
Archers,
Fearless
Royal
Husky.
Rebels.
When we choose a name that's kind of going to represent us for 4 years and also carry on for the rest of our lives, we think about like the meaning behind it. A bunch of us were like really struck by the name that Rhiannon chose, the Menacing Thunderbirds. This bird is actually a type that soars through thunderstorms or conquers problems. So we thought, oh, that would be a really great mascot to represent us. A bunch of us each have our own stories and we're all strong and bold, kind of like what the Thunderbirds are, which also brings forward the menacing.
The other classes have their own special meaning for their mascot, and it is this competition that they get to show it off together at iQuad. This is a serious competition, and all the committees go ham on everything, from the creative designs to the dance moves, and of course, their class cheer.
Well, we first started our committees, like the typical Who's a Shield, cheer, dance, gear committees. Gear was the very first one because that started, I believe, just because, that takes a while in getting the design, and we really wanted our class voice to be heard for like what they wanted in the gear.
For the cheer committee and council, we binged all the Arthur's videos and we took a lot of inspiration by the past classes. We were also inspired by like the Royal Rebels, and like especially since we're knights, it's more like royalty. So we try to go for like royalty theme.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and then you got to get all 19 people or more to agree on it or just give out their opinions, and then try to see what would be best for everybody, what everyone else likes, and just trying to get the best outcome possible.
But after months of preparing, their hard work was suddenly taken away.
And the DOE announced all public schools will now be closed for 3 weeks.
Hawaii public school students could not.
During that 2 years, we didn't see as much school pride as we wanted or as much student engagement. But when we found out it was canceled towards the beginning of freshman year, we kind of ended it there. And in sophomore year, we kind of had a lot more hope given to us because we had like dates set and we were already like in classes practicing and teaching our cheer. And we even had our shirt designs ready. We were like selling them and everything. However, when Omicron came, like variant, it had to get canceled.
Students are counting the days, hoping they will soon get on the quad and bring back the school spirit. Finally, after the long wait, after 2 years, this long-time tradition is making a comeback.
Our school is so big, we want to bring everybody together. Especially since it's our last year, like we really wanted to make it count.
Points, Junior.